What's good? Yo, so, y'all digging this angle? Anyway, street photography almost got me locked up. Let's talk about it. So, when I first started my journey, man, I just did a little bit of YouTube University. Went on YouTube, figured out how to work the camera, figured out, certain niches of photography, styles and this and that. I'm like, yo, I'm in Europe. Most of these YouTube channels of somebody doing street photography, they in Europe. Let me try this old thing, man. And then you start looking at the Bruce Gildens and the...
I see in black and white. I generally walk...
The Henry Cartier-Bressons and the whoever's, right? Joel Meyerowitz is one of my favorites. That dude's so just elegant, and it's like he be out there doing ballet and shit. You know what I mean? Just some matrix ass dude, super dope, super smooth, man. But can everybody that look different do the same shit? Because some of y'all style of street photography will get a motherfucker like me locked up. You know what I'm talking about? Because it almost happened. So I'm in Belgium doing my thing, trying to figure out this whole street photography thing, man. And I'm scooting around the city of Mons with my camera, and they had this big ass Easter festival doohickey thing in the center of the city, and I'm thinking, perfect. Look at all this opportunity. You know what I mean? So I'm down there. My hair wasn't that long at the time. It was just a messy ass fro with a few little ping sticking ups, and I'm just shooting and scooting, man. And I had a minivan roll up on me, and the doors open. 3 dudes jump out of the car. No, 2 dudes and a lady cop jump out. They come up to me, ask me a bunch of questions. First thing they ask is, let me see your passport and your ID. So I give them passport, ID, whatever the case may be, and I ask what's going on. In as much broken ass English as he could muster, he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm a photographer. I'm just taking pictures. Is that okay? He was like, well, yeah, that's fine, but someone called about you. Bottom line up front, basically. Somebody called about you. And so we had to come out and investigate and figure out what's going on. Like, I'm just a dude taking pictures like everybody else down here, taking pictures of this big-ass tourist attraction y'all got set up here. Is that a problem? He was like, no, I'm sorry, sir. People call saying there's a guy down there with a camera. Okay, yeah, I'm a guy, but what word did they use to describe this guy? You know what I mean? So that just lets me know that I can't do all this fancy-ass parkour-ass shit. Some of y'all be running around here, oh, yeah, flash.
Photographing them when I'm photographing them. They look behind them. The viewer will always feel like he's a participant because I work so close.
Flash, on the ground, roll, turn, parkour, roll. Like, man, I can't do that shit. I'll be arrested. Arrested or in somebody's crazy house, man. So understand the fact that everything ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody can't do the same shit, which is why we're different, right? Black dudes in this society, in this world, we are some of the most threatening people on earth. Some of the most threatening creatures on earth. Y'all are sit there and pet a lion, but y'all are run from a nick. I don't understand it. I don't get it. You know what I mean? So when y'all pick up a camera and y'all walking streets and y'all flashing folks and rolling on the ground and jumping off sidewalks and this and that and this, and then there's a big ass group of y'all too, ain't no way in the entire fuck a bunch of us gonna get together and do something like that unless it's in a city with a lot of diversity, or you in that neck of the woods of your city and a lot of the people that you working with shooting look like you. Because if they don't, somebody gonna call on you. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Trust me. It happens to me here. I don't talk about it much, but it happens to me a lot here. I'm one of one, baby. I can't fit in. Wasn't born to fit in. I was born to stand out. My work stands out. I stand out. My style stands out. My swag stands out. You know what I mean? Which I don't have a problem with. But the problem I have is why? Why? But I feel like if there was more people that looked like me carrying one of these handling your business, and not everybody that look like me out here rapping and selling dope and packing pistols and rapping about crime and drugs and women and this and that, come off of it, man. There's enough ways for us underexposed people, you hear what I did there? Mm-hmm. That there's enough for us to do creatively, constructively out here. Everything ain't got to be wrapped around violence and crime. But understand the fact you can't do what them overexposed folks able to do with a camera without somebody calling somebody on you. Because I roam around the city here in El Paso, man, and the cops get called. They have never, ever got out their car or off their bicycles. They roll up on you, ling, ling, and ask me what I was doing. But what they do is they stay within close proximity to keep their peepers on me to see what I'm doing. Once they see I'm not a threat, they typically chunk the deuce, do the little head nod thing with their helmet, you know what I mean? And they just roll on. But I know somebody called. How do I know? Because I just seen that motherfucker over there with a cell phone in his hand looking at me crazy as I'm standing on the corner waiting for a scene to develop. So just understand the fact that every time I don't bruise your scene, some of us can't help but to be seen. You know what I mean? So we can't help some of this stuff. And if I get a bunch of folks that look like me standing around in the corner the way y'all do when y'all doing y'all little street walks and all this shit, boy, y'all would have a fit in this side of the city. Y'all would. Because there ain't too many of us, right? And if there are some underexposed creators out there that dig what I'm talking about and having some of the same problems, drop a comment, man. Let's chop it up, because I know I can't be the only one out here dealing with this. I know I can't. Because I look at this stuff and I just laugh. I'm looking at this dude, this unassuming ass white dude flying around here, jumping off walls and rolling and flashing folks. And I dropped a comment like, man, it must be nice to be able to do that, man, without folks thinking you trying to do something to them. You know what I mean? Because there ain't nowhere in hell I would be able to do that. Must be nice. But that's what we talk about, that whole privilege, white privilege, this privilege, that privilege. It's a privilege. You have a privilege. It's a unfair advantage. You know what I mean? But it's not nothing that you doing purposely to create this advantage. Society has created this advantage that you are now being able to take advantage of. Yeah. And I'm low-key hating on that, because there's not a lot of things I feel like I can go out here and do like that and be... Once I step into the street with a camera, I am a threat. Right now, the only thing that's keeping me not so high on the level of threat is that frozen water acronym flying around here right now. You know what I mean? They know if they see me underexposed with this, I don't work for frozen water. You know what I mean? I hope they don't sound insensitive to say, but they know if I'm looking like this and I'm carrying this, I do not work for them people that's trying to send you back yonder. I don't work for frozen water, man. I work for me. Grumpy Vet Photography. Dig it. Book it. Ha!